Hi everyone, welcome back to This and That with Grandma Kitty. Today I have some Halloween DIYs for you, as well as some fall DIYs, and maybe a few useful hints along the way. Well, that's a tongue twister. So, sit down, grab a drink, relax, maybe craft along with me if you have some of these items. All of these items were from Dollar Tree with the exception of the glue gun, which I hear they're carrying some glue guns. We don't have them yet, but we do have the glue sticks that Dollar Tree is carrying. And so for this particular project, we've got floral foam from Dollar Tree, of course. We've got the smaller of the Frankenstein box gift bags, and glue gun. And then we've got two of the trees. We have two of the trees because we're going to be putting them together. Currently, I did offer a tip in the other video when I hauled this to wrap some garland around it. I don't have any yet, haven't found any that I like, but you could use purple, gold, black, orange. Sky's the limit, guys. I know Dollar Tree did have some that had the bats on it. Ours were really kind of not in the best shape, but you can hang with us, and after we've made this, I'm sure at some point I'll pop a picture in one of my videos, maybe a follow-up of the DIYs when they're all completely decorated and placed where they're going to be. So stay tuned for that. But let's get started. Before we begin though, I do want to tell you a little tip. These little silica packets, y'all know what they look like. They come in a lot of dry goods. You can put these on the windshield of your car, and when it's frosty outside, we're in Wisconsin, so it's starting to get a little frosty, and your windshields kind of fog up a little, not really full of ice, but they're frosty. Put these along your dash when you put your defroster on. It helps defrost them a whole lot quicker. And what else are you going to do with these other than throw them out? So there you go, there's a use for those. Alright, let's get started. Here's a pretty quick and simple DIY for you guys. We're going to open up the floral foam. This is literally probably the second DIY that I've ever really done. I've never really done one start to finish, so it's going to take me a little bit, but hang in there. I hope you guys will get the gist of this. We are going to cut this handle off. It's not needed. You could cut it and reuse it if you need to. I'm a scrapbook person, so sometimes I like to use these as little bookmarks. You can put these in friend mail. You can put these in pocket letters. If you guys are interested in seeing how I build a pocket letter, let me know. I pretty much do any craft. Alright, and then we're just going to stack these foam blocks, these floral foams, with the use of hot glue. It might not be hot enough yet. There we go. I have a control on mine where you can do hot or low, high or low. You want to be careful with foam, but nobody's really going to see this part, so it's okay if it gets a little melted because it will melt with the hot glue. So you're going to want to take, just glue them down. You're going to want to glue them flat. You don't necessarily need to go all the way side to side with it, because after all, you're not gonna see any of that. And your Christmas tree post is going to just sit in the middle. So that's as high as I'm going with it. I only used 2 of the 4, so I have 2 more left over. Pardon the glare, guys, I'm still new with this here. But you're gonna let that set a minute. If you want, you can cut it down. These are quite messy. I would cut them outside, but you can cut them down to fill in the sides. I don't think it's going to be necessary. This is a flat bottom, so it does sit pretty sturdy, and you're just going to poke it through there. In fact, I'm going to help it poke through there by pre-designating the center with my scissors and then turning just a bit so it's not as hard for the tree stand to go through. Like I said, guys, it's pretty messy, but it's fun. And then I'm also going to put a little bit of hot glue down there. This is going to be a permanent piece of decor. So I'm okay with pushing that all the way down. Now we're going to open up our tree. And like I said, you don't need the stand. You're going to be pushing this down. We're going to go side by side. Actually, I should have made my hole a little bigger, but it's not going to be a problem, guys, because after I pushed it down, I now know where the center is to line them up. So then just push them way down Like I said, it's pretty sturdy. That's on its own, guys. Can add more glue. Nobody's really gonna come by and shake it, but you know, it is just hot glued in there after all. And then you're gonna just unfluff your tree. And as you're unfluffing your tree, they call it fluffing a tree. I learned that I used to work at Menards. Some of you might be familiar with the Menards. And I used to love doing their Christmas trees. And the first time they told me that part of the job was to fluff the tree, I literally had no idea what they were talking about. I'm a big Christmas girl, but I had never learned the term fluffing a Christmas tree. Assembling a Christmas tree, putting a tree up, that whole thing. But fluffing a tree was something new to me. So comment down below if you guys knew already what fluffing a Christmas tree meant, because seriously, that was new to me. So you're just gonna keep going around like you would a regular Christmas tree. Don't worry about the bottom. Yes, you do see, you can see the bottom of it. My intent is to wrap fabric around here. They have some creepy scarves. Didn't bring it out here with me, but that's what my intent is, to wrap a creepy Christmas scarf. You can do any kind of cloth, really, just so you cover it. You could do moss down here. I'm not a big fan of their moss. I think it smells funny, but that's just me. It kind of sets my asthma off. But yeah, so we're just gonna keep pulling this down. Just wanted to let you guys get kind of a feel for what we're doing here. We won't be decorating this today, of course, but I just wanted to show you. My intent with this channel is to offer, when I do the hauls and I have some ideas as for the products that I'm hauling, I plan on doing a follow-up with the DIYs of those products. If you like what you're seeing and you are not currently subscribed, I would love for you to join us. We do a lot of shenanigans. I'm going to take one at the top of these, wrap it around to join it, and then I'm going to wrap the other one around. So now it looks like one tree, and it's pretty thick. You might not even want the garland, depending on what size of ornaments you've got for this. We did grab some of the, well, more than just a couple. We grabbed a bunch of the ornaments from the Dollar Tree as well. And we've got all kinds of lights that we're going to put on it. It's got the battery lights from Dollar Tree coming in oranges and purples. And I think we grabbed bats and pumpkins. And sky's the limit, guys. I mean, Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving even. Sky's the limit with the decor. And, you know, if people don't like it, that's their own opinion. It's what you like. Craft it how you like. Do what makes you happy. Life's too short to please everybody, because you're never gonna please everybody. So there we go, guys. That's what we look like. Pretty much all fluffed out. It's ready for decorating. I'm gonna put some fabric in there to fill it out a little bit more. But there you go. You get the general idea. I hope you enjoyed this. Stick around. We got more coming. Alright, guys. Welcome back. Changed it up. We're going to be doing another Halloween DIY. As I showed in the haul where I hauled these signs, we'll show you this one because it's still 100% together. Our Dollar Tree had these. Yours might have too. They're this MDF, completely blank on the other side. That gives you all kinds of other ideas. I did show on the haul how to remove these, but in case you haven't seen that, here we go. They're held on. These look like little shoelace ends here. All you've got to do is just push it through the hole and then simply push the other one through the hole. Voila! Okay, I am going to be using this, but I'm going to hang it on its own. I probably won't show this on camera, but it's real simple. You put some wood filler in here, some putty, paint black over it. You can even use Sharpie over some light wood putty. Black over it. And I'm going to hang it above where I'm going to be putting these, which are going to be turned into a banner. So there's that, and you can also flip it over. I'll have two of these, so one of these is actually going to come in handy when I use it for something else. And I'll make that two-sided, because I only need one. So that's like, not just a twofer, that's like a multi-fer. Maybe? Alright, so then you've got your bottles left. I'm not going to need the little shoelace things on here. I don't really see a need for these unless I were to drill and hang. You can do that too, guys. Drill a small hole, keep your little hangers, and you can attach them going down a wall. This year, though, I'm going to use them as a banner. So I may just save these because next year I might not use it as a banner and I may want to hang it down the length of the wall. Just make sure you mark why you're saving these, because I do a lot of crafts, and if you're anything like me, you save a lot of the little doodads, and then you have no idea why you saved them. Then you get rid of them, and that's when you need them, guys, so kind of keep that in mind. We'll set those off to the side, though. I've got the other set. I'll do this off camera. I'm simply going to take some twine here. Got this from the Dollar Tree. This comes in green. I almost wish I would have got the green, but I kind of like the more natural look. And what I'm going to do, you guys know how to do this. We all learned this early on. You're going to tie it on one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a knot at each section where I want them to hang. I don't necessarily want them to just slide into each other. And if you don't add that knot, that's what they'll do. They'll slide into each other eventually, depending on how you hang it and that kind of thing. And you can always cut this off. I kind of like the little extra, so I'm going to be leaving it. And just cut you a good length of it. You know, you only paid $1, so you don't want to waste it, but you want to make sure you have enough. If you're new around here and you're wondering what this is all about, I am Grandma Kitty. This is This and That with Grandma Kitty. Today is DIYs of the Halloween haul and the fall haul. If you'd like to see some more, or you're even liking what you're seeing and you want to see more, make sure you hit that little like button. That helps my channel grow. It helps people find me. And if you want to even go further, I would love to have you as a friend. Love making friends. Can't have too many friends these days. So go ahead and, subscribe. Why not? And so you don't miss anything that I upload, go ahead and hit that bell right there. That'll let you know anytime I load up something. And you won't have to try and search for me. So, up here, down here, depending on where you're from. I'm currently in Wisconsin, so it's kind of chilly, and now it's not. It's going to be up in the low 70s today. Got up and it was 41 this morning. We have what we like to call Mother Nature as bipolar. We have been known to have all 4 seasons in one afternoon. And feel free to chit chat down in the comments there. I love chits and chats. I love finding out about you guys. If you have a channel and you'd like me to follow you back, let me know. If there are some crafts or some things you'd like to see me do on this channel, also let me know down below. I do read every comment that I get and I do respond. I am also on TikTok. I can link that below. I have 3 accounts on TikTok. 2 were made extra out of a have to. If you want to know about how Grandma Kitty came about, I am actually Grandma Kitty of Grandma Kitty's Army. And that was formed out of a bullying situation, and I don't tolerate bullying. I don't tolerate hate, so please be nice in the comments. Ain't nobody got time for hate. I mean, just saying. But let me know. I could do a story time. I've heard that's a thing, so if you all want to know what actually happened and you want to know what Grandma Kitty's Army is all about, I also have a personal hashtag, Grandma Kitty's Army. And we just hit over 2 million as a group last week, so that's pretty awesome in my opinion. I have a great group of people in a Discord. If that's something else that you're interested in, also let me know so I can get you the information. I'm going to show you this so far, guys. It's just a simple banner, and I'm just going to attach it on a hook, or possibly the buffet that I have set up. I think it would perfectly work there. Again, once all my DIYs are done, I will show you how I staged them. So stay tuned. I believe I have one more Halloween DIY for you guys, and then we'll be kicking into the fall DIYs. See you soon. Hey, welcome back, guys. All right, we've got our next Halloween DIY. We're gonna be using a Dollar Tree. Looks like a shadow box. I'm gonna call it a shadow box. The back does slide up, so that's kind of cool. Take that off. We're gonna take the sticker off. It's from Crafter's Square. It's called a Halloween die cut DIY box. So perfect. I've got some folk art. I believe it's just in the color gray. Steel gray. So we're gonna steel gray. We'll be using that. And then I've got testers. It's acrylic. This was picked up at Menards. This was picked up at Walmart. This came in a whole big set of all different colored acrylics. It's a really good paint. And then I've just got two brushes, one of which is a stenciling brush. You want a stiffer brush, whether it's a brush that's kind of dried out or not. It's gonna work best for what we're gonna do towards the end. So you're just gonna shake it up, and I'm not fancy here. I do have trays. Yes, I could mix them in, but you know, sometimes you just don't need it. I always shake it up good, and I always paint out of the cap. It's something I've always done. Real simple, guys. We're just gonna paint everything black. Don't worry, we're gonna add an effect to it. But you're gonna wanna paint it all black because although this is I'll call it a Dollar Tree DIY because the box is Dollar Tree, but they do also sell acrylic paints, so you can get your acrylic paints. They do also sell brushes, but I'm not really in the market right now for any new brushes. I like to cover all my edges. It doesn't matter if you do the inside. Actually, no, it is gonna matter. Because the darker you paint it, the better the effect is gonna be. And if you don't do it real thick, your paint will dry fairly quickly. So, that being said, I'm not gonna have you sit here and watch me the whole time painting. I'm gonna try that new feature that I've seen other people do here on YouTube where they speed it up. I'm hoping that works. If not, well then we'll just sit and have some delightful time painting together. What do you think? For those of you that have popped in partway through this video, I am doing Halloween and fall Dollar Tree DIYs with the help of something, you know, little odds and ends that Dollar Tree does carry, but may have been picked up from another store. Like I said, these are paints I had on hand, but they do sell acrylic paint over at the Dollar Tree. Maybe yours does not. As I said in my relaunch video, I was kind of surprised that not all Dollar Trees get everything the same. I don't know why that surprised me, but it kind of did. Tell me what your Dollar Trees have. I see a lot of Dollar Tree hauls now that I've been, you know, making my own hauls and delving in to show you guys some DIYs that I've come up with. If I ever do a DIY that you have seen but I've not noted it, I am not that kind of person. I will definitely note if I've taken inspiration from somebody that I've been following, and absolutely I would give the other person credit. But these are things I've not seen. So let me know in the comment section below what kind of holiday decor you like for the holidays, all the holidays. Do you prefer really subdued, kind of mellow? Do you go all out? Are you more for lights? Are you more for glitter? I'm one of those that I believe you can't have too much glitter. I mean, it's just a little sparkle extra in your life. And I think these days especially, who couldn't use some sparkle? I mean, we're all in it, guys. So, these days, and I think, you know, really, yeah, we got this thing going around, but you know, things have been going around since the beginning. You know, since even our grandparents and great-grandparents were around, and they got through it. So we all just pull together a little bit more. I think we'd all get through it maybe a little easier. Like I've said before, Grandma Kitty's Army, we don't tolerate bullying and hate, and unfortunately it seems like as time goes by, we're faced with more of that than we used to be, and that's really sad. Alright guys, I'm to the point where I have to put the back of this down, because I simply don't have anywhere else to hold on to it. So I'm just going to continue to paint. Yes, I am kind of new to YouTube, but no, I'm not really kind of new to YouTube. Prefer if you guys want to do some questions, I would love to answer some. Be kind, as always, in the comment section below. I don't want to have to turn my comments off. I know some people have their comments off, and that's really sad. But mostly, I used to do reborn doll clothing hauls and that kind of thing, thrift store hauls. I do, in fact, make reborn dolls. I'm self-taught as of 2012. I currently have one that I'm working on and hope to be selling soon. And I've got 2 more in the wings waiting to be started. Holidays are just right around the corner, so that keeps me pretty busy. My social media group keeps me pretty busy. Not complaining, guys. It's good to have something, no matter what it is. It's always nice to be needed and feel needed. It's nice to be busy. Sometimes I'm one of those where I can over busy, but it doesn't matter. It's always the things that are most important to me come first. Crafting is very important, but it's not life or death. Yeah, like I said, I think we're going to cover all of this. The goal is to completely cover the whole shadow box with the darker color first, because we're going to be dry brushing the gray. Give it that creepy, eerie kind of feeling, and then at the very end, we're going to add a little twist. That little twist did not come from Dollar Tree, but could come from Dollar Tree. Ours just didn't have very many available. I think we just missed out when I finally figured out what all I was going to need. So at the very end, what I'll be adding to this did in fact come from Walmart. I believe the price was $3.99, could have been $4.99. Well worth it. Technically, for the amount that you get, you could have gotten the same thing from Dollar Tree, but you would have had to buy, in effect, what would have cost the same amount. So sometimes you have to look at it that way. Some of the Dollar Tree items, they're great, especially if you're there, they're convenient and they're handy and that's spectacular. But you could maybe sometimes get a better deal going to Walmart. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. I firmly am one of those like Miracle on 34th Street. If we ain't got it, somebody else does. And really, helping people get a bargain or what they're looking for to complete their task, that's not a bad thing. At least I don't think so. I don't know if I'll be cutting all of this little chit chat out when I edit. I kind of like to pretend that you guys are sitting here hanging out with me in the studio and we're just crafting and chatting and having a good time. If there is any specific craft that you would like to see me do, I do a lot of different ones. I'm willing to always learn new things. Just took up diamond painting not that long ago. If you're new around here and you really don't know who I am, and you're interested in hearing what more I either have to chit-chat about, or DIY, or haul, or I can show you the reborns that I have in my own personal collection. I can show you a work in progress. Please, you know, hit that bell, subscribe, hit the like. You guys doing all of those fantastic things helps my channel grow so much. It helps support what I do. I am somebody that really has a hard time working outside the home only because I did not know how to slow down when I was younger, and I kind of hurt my shoulders beyond well, not beyond repair, but the repair, so to speak, isn't quite comfortable and conducive. So, I do arts and crafts out of the home. I do reborn dolls. I have a Cricut maker. Love my Cricut maker. I will be incorporating that into some of my DIYs in the very near future. I like designing SVG files. So, if there's something you want to see, let me know. I won't make you sit through all of making stuff. Like I said, gonna try that feature where they speed things up, so you may or may not hear a lot of this chit chat. If you like a chit chat kind of video, let me know. Like I said, I used to only just do YouTube for like reborn thrifted doll clothes hauls, and people seem to really like those. But I was always too nervous to be on screen. I'm not. Hi guys. I'm not so nervous anymore. But I spent a year over on TikTok, and that really helped get me out of my comfort zone. Of course, truth be told, my story starting TikTok, I have an alias over there. If you go over to TikTok and you type in Grandma Kitty, and you see somebody in a suit that looks a whole lot similar to Hello Kitty, that's me. But I am not Hello Kitty. I will always tell people I am not Hello Kitty. There is literally only one Hello Kitty. I am Grandma Kitty. My suit does look a lot alike, but there are a few differences that set me apart, and that's my persona over there. But I was in that suit to what I thought was going to be a long time, just so I could build my confidence, see if people liked my content, and then I challenged myself, so to speak, by saying if I got a certain amount of subscribers, I would love to take this, do an unmasking, and that happened in 30 short days. What I thought might take 6 months to a year took 30 short days to come out of that mask. So, I would like to challenge myself here. I would love to go live for you guys. Love, love, love. I loved going live over on TikTok. I still can. I have 3 channels to where, yes, I can go live on all of those channels because I have over 1,000 followers over there on each channel. On my main channel, my Grandma Kitty channel, I have over 6,000 subscribers. And that's great. I have 6,500 something followers. I love every one of them. I appreciate that they take the time out to look at the content and boost me up and not go to their pages. It's fun, but I don't go live as often. Like I said, my backup channels became necessity out of something that should not have been allowed to happen, and it was. And so I wanted to come over here. I've had some people tell me that they think they might have found my channel, so I had to rename my channel. Other people wanted to find me easier, so that's why I'm over here. And I would love to go live. I used to go live about 5 days a week over on TikTok, and I used to go for about 2 hours at a pop. Last Mother's Day, or this Mother's Day rather, 2021, I did a 6-hour live because my son, who is also a YouTuber, really wanted to be able to go live on his one channel, and so for 6 hours I did not quite a telethon, but I did a 6-hour marathon TikTok live to help him get the final 200 plus followers that he needed. And I'm so appreciative to all the people that were so kind and so giving, and realizing that I'm just a mom trying to reach a goal. So my challenge over here is I think I'm about 800 shy of going live. It'll take me some time, but I would love to go live. I like having chits and chats. I like this, but I know that you guys are just sitting there watching a taping. I can show you things on my live. We can do some touring. I don't normally show how I make my dolls because, well, in the reborn community, some people can be just not as kind. But I do love making my dolls. And like I said, crafting. I've got my Cricut Maker here. Today we're not going to be using, I don't believe we're using the Cricut Maker today. But this'll dry. And we'll come back and do some chits and chats. And I'll show you how to finish ending this up. It's real simple once I get it dry. So, guys, I'll see you in a minute. Alright guys, we're all dry. Can always force dry it with a hair dryer. And we're gonna dip our stiff brush. Like I said, could be, I'm using a stenciling brush, but just a really kind of like dried out hard bristle brush. You dip it in and then take it over to a napkin, a paper plate, anything like that. And then what you're gonna wanna do, and it's entirely up to you, whatever your desire is, but once you've dried most of your paint off, it's called dry brushing, you're just gonna like brush across the black. Go harder on the edges, that kind of thing. And what it's gonna do is it's gonna give it a distressed, but it's also gonna give it a creepy look. Hope you could see that well, and it's not too bright. I do have a ring light on. I apologize if that's too bright for you. But so you're gonna just keep distressing it, go up the edges, you know, maybe some edges, get a little bit more. You can do the whole box. And the beauty is, if you don't like it or you've done too much, you can go black over it again and try again. So just kind of put it how you think. You know, you might want a little more on the skull. It'll pick up really good in the eye sockets if you brush a little bit harder. Believe they had a few other kinds of these DIY boxes. You don't have to use it as just a little box, but you can. You could put a little baggie of treats in there and hand those out to some kids. It's kind of fun. There you go. Just real simple. Gives it kind of a creepy look. And don't forget to do your back. I'm gonna do my back off camera, and then I'm gonna show you the little extra effect I put with it. Alright guys, so it was all dry. The dry brush was dry. I added a string of the purple bats from Dollar Tree. You can adhere this to the back of the sliding door if you want. Otherwise, it will kind of sit just right there on the little ledge. Don't worry about the cords, it's not a big deal. But you can do this with any of their string lights. Fairy lights look really good in here as well. Anything. But like I said, you can put lights in here. I really like how the bats give it kind of a purple crystal effect. You're seeing a little bit of a glare. I did turn the light off. But yeah, that's how it came out. And like I said, it slides in. You can push it down further. I've got it up just a little bit to let some of the light out, but you can push it all the way down. You can rearrange the lights however you want in there. You can make it so the lights go behind the eyeballs directly, the pieces of the skull. You could also put some tissue paper behind this and some lights, and then it looks like a lantern. You know what? Let me show you what that looks like. Okay guys, all I did was cut a little piece of tissue paper, you know, for like gift wrap. Just cut a little piece, put it in there, put the lights behind it. These lights don't get very hot, so I feel pretty confident that you could just leave it that way. And again, I will show where we use this as decor in our home. Gonna do that at night so you can see it better. But yeah, I kind of really like how the one bat's purple is really dark against that one crack. So there's another idea for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this DIY. Stay awesome and be on the lookout for the fall DIYs coming up soon. I'll see you soon. Take it easy, guys.